The only thing needed to reduce road accidents in Cameroon is a positive change of mentality. If we do not change our mentality positively, there is no way we can reduce the deadly road accident occurring in Cameroon. Today in Cameroon, moving from one place to another is like going on a voluntary suicide mission because you don't know whether you will arrive your destination. And this week, this period, it is just frequent and deadly. And Cameroonians are asking what is actually happening. Who are those responsible? It is our poor mentality that is responsible. Because here we are going to blame especially the drivers, the passengers, and the government. Welcome to TFA Talking Point. If this is your first time joining us, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms because TFA Talking Point is all about proposing lasting solutions to societal problems, using Cameroon as a case study because Cameroon is maybe the world in miniature as problems are concerned. Meaning all the problems we are having in the world, you can see them all in Cameroon. And that is why I am using Cameroon as a case study. Just during this period, toward the end of the month of June, we have accidents started at the hills in Chan, that is in the west region of Cameroon, where 6 people lost their lives. And then from there, we heard about the former football player, the Indomitable Lions, former players of the Indomitable Lions, Landry, involved in an accident alongside his driver, and all of them died. From there, we heard about the accident in Limbe, where 5 people were killed. And then from there, yesterday we heard about Sancho, still in the west region of Cameroon, linking Douala and Bafoussam, 4 people killed. And today, we heard about the terrible ones that happened in Bafang. And this evening, we are hearing about Vatican in Bamenda that was traveling from a west region to Yaoundé, involved in an accident. And that one, the casualty, yet to be reviewed because the vehicle is still in the valley. This is Cameroon for us. Who are we going to blame? Who are we going to point an accusing finger? Let us do it by pointing our mentality. The poor mentality we are having concerning driving. Because driving in Cameroon is just another kind of a terrible trap to the grave. And people are going every blessed day. One of it is because of our mentality. Cameroon, most of these problems, when you look critically, there are all because of humans negligence, mechanical problems. First thing in Cameroon is that most of the vehicles in Cameroon used for transportation are outdated vehicles that are not to be used anywhere in the world, but in Cameroon they are using it and even overloading it and overspeeding it. This is one of the reasons behind it. And most of the vehicles in Cameroon are having mechanical problems or electrical problems because they don't take them for service. In Cameroon, it is very normal for people to be celebrating that they have never taken their cars for 6 years to a mechanic. To them, it's a celebration, and they are saying that they bought the best car. Let me tell you, those with a positive mentality knows that whether the car is okay, you have to take it to a mechanic every 6 months for service to check everything. And Cameroonians just believe that a car is a living thing, that if something is wrong with, maybe it will inform you or human beings. They are just got up in the morning, enter the car without checking. Good drivers always check the car before taking it out, their vehicles before taking it out. Whether everything is okay, the tire, the brakes, everything is okay there, the fluid, the oil, and anything within the car, the electrical problems before going. And they also check their own body, whether they are capable and able to drive. But in Cameroon, it's a normal thing. That frustrated people are driving. People in depression are driving. People who are having mental problems are driving. All kind of people are on the road. So even if you are careful or you are the best driver in the world, when you arrive Cameroon, you will know that you have not yet started, because you will be careful, but millions of people will not be careful, and they will involve you. This is Cameroon for us. And on the part of the government under the leadership of President Paul Biya has failed Cameroonians. If you go to Cameroon, looking at all the route that they call the national route, that is the highway linking the 10 regions, maybe for example a route linking Douala Yaoundé, is like a farm to market route. It's just a small narrow route like this, and that is what these are the two biggest cities in Cameroon. With more than these two cities are having more than 10 million people, but the route is just a very narrow that vehicles struggle to bypass one another. Struggle. This is one of the routes in Cameroon that has recorded the highest number of dead people. People in Cameroon are calling it death trap, because a year you cannot have less than 1,000 people along that route who went into their early grave. Yet President Paul Biya has been in power for 41 years and he has not done anything. Those routes were constructed, that particular route was constructed by the Germans. And Paul Biya has not done anything up to date. Ahidjo came, spent 25 years, did nothing. Paul Biya came, spent 41 years, getting to 42 years, nothing. If all this highway, route linking Bafoussam and Yaoundé, Bamenda and Bafoussam, Douala and Yaoundé were two-way express route, where the vehicles going to Yaoundé are passing through this lane and the vehicles coming back to Douala are passing through this, accident could have been reduced. But because Cameroonians and the government under the leadership of President Paul Biya, they are so much interested in embezzling, stealing the taxpayer money and sending it, storing them and saving them abroad. The small one that remains in Cameroon, they are spending it to buy military weapons, equipment, so as to fight the Cameroonians in southern Cameroon and also fight Boko Haram, insecurity created by President Paul Biya. And there is no other money left that they can be maintaining route or expanding it or repairing that. No. You go in the city of Douala, you are ashamed to say you are a Cameroonian. This is the life we are living. And added today, I keep on telling Cameroonians that if you know that your route is not the best, struggle by all possible means to drive carefully, to be careful and be responsible on the highway. Overspeeding, don't do it. Overloading, do not do it. But in Cameroon, it's just a normal thing. 90-seater bus in Cameroon is carrying 100 and something people. Any space, they just want to occupy it. 30-seater is carrying more than 40, 50 people added to load on it. And those vehicles are outdated vehicles that they abandon in Europe and they put in containers and send to Cameroon. But they don't know. Overspeeding. Another issue in Cameroon is that there is no road sign, nothing. And even there are the little ones that are there, the driver don't even know the meaning of them. They don't know whether this one stands for what, this one stands for what. Because there are people in Cameroon that have never held a steering of a car, but they have driving license. Some even expire, they renew it, but they don't know how to drive. Because it's so, you can just take your money, go and buy your driving license in Cameroon. This is Cameroon for us. And in Cameroon, the easy way to have a job is driving, riding and driving. And that is why they are not even recording the number of bike riders who are dying every day, because it is too much. Every blessed day in all the 10 regions of Cameroon, you cannot have less than 10 bike riders push into their early grave. Because anybody at any time mentally ill just jump into. That is the easier way to raise money in Cameroon. Frustrated people released from prison without any hope, they jump into. People having marital problems, the only thing they jump into driving and riding as an occupation. And they are doing it. In Cameroon, it is very common for people, hearing people saying, I just want to manage so I can raise money to maintain my car. The car is having a problem. Maybe brakes is having a problem. The person will not go directly to the mechanic. No, he has to raise money with that very car that is having problems and just be praying that God should help me. But without telling the passenger, people will be parked inside and he will instead overload the car. If we arrive destination, it is by the grace of God. If we fail, he will say accident is accident and it's okay. This is Cameroon for us. And the only thing needed is a positive change of mentality. If we do not do it, nobody will escape. Because if you say you are not going to take any vehicle to go to anywhere, they will meet you in your house. You have been seeing cases like that. They will meet you along the road as you are walking, trekking. They will meet you anywhere. This is Cameroon. And the only thing, we have to take that responsibility, change our mentality positively regarding driving, and remove corruption from it. Because any attitude, misconduct on the highway is corruption. And we have to stop.